Well, good evening, good afternoon, and good morning, everybody. Welcome to Bourbon Neophyte. It's been a little bit since I've sat back and had a chat with you all. I've just been busy over the last few weekends and haven't been able in time to stream. And then by the time I would get home, it was late. Other people were on. But however, tonight we won't be streaming very long because Whiskey Mountains, she's doing a special stream tonight at 6 p.m. my time, 9 p.m. Eastern, and she's doing a special fundraiser for Alzheimer's. So she puts this on every year, and it's really important that we get as many people as we can to go over to her channel, Whiskey Mountains, and support her and donate to a great cause. Some of you may know, some of you may not know, but Whiskey Mountains, she actually does the research in hopes to find a cure for that terrible disease. So it's something that's near and dear to her. And so she puts this on over on her YouTube page, Whiskey Mountains. So today, if you all have time after this, go on over there, show your support. She's going to have a link over there that you can actually donate, and the proceeds will go directly to funding that research. She's got different things going on her channel for tonight, and it is going to be super. You're not going to want to miss it. I know she's got certain giveaways going on, epic. I'm just telling you. So we want to make sure that we end in time, that the people are here, can get over there and see the show that she is going to put on. It's always fantastic. But anyway, let's just move right into this. I went out and did a little hunting this weekend. I was over in Yuma, Arizona, and also visited the parents since I was there. But I figured since I'm there, I might as well do a little search. And I've always wanted to pick up a bottle of the Highland Park Cask Strength. So lo and behold, one of my normal hunts that I go into, I was able to locate that bottle. So I was really happy to get that. I mean, I've seen it here in Vegas, but it's been way overpriced. I mean, over $100. And not that I'm against paying a little over retail, but some of the prices I have seen have been ridiculous here. And I will just give you an example. Elijah Craig Toasted Barrel. I can pick it up between 65 and let's say $75, and 75 is pushing it. However, there are places here selling it for 150 and north for that bottle. So yeah, I like to look around. And so whenever I go other places, hey, I'm going to go there and see. I'm there. I'm not going to waste any more money. So if it's cheaper there, yeah, I'm going to buy it. But anyway, so I had picked that up. And some of you may have heard last weekend, was it? Yeah, I was on Whiskey Wars. I was away, but I purchased a bottle of Highland Park 15. And I've been sampling it for the last week, and I opened it up on his stream and did kind of an impromptu review, to which I will get to that later on. If I don't do it in this stream, I will add it to another stream that I will do here in the next week or so. As you can probably see the bottle right here, that's the Highland Park 15 right there. Yes, it is a ceramic bottle. That's how they come. Initial impressions, just so you know, I found it to be good. I shared it this past weekend when I cracked it with some other people to kind of get their thoughts and their feelings, what they thought about it, and they liked it. So, totally unbiased opinions from them. They enjoyed that particular bottle. So, but that being said, we had some pours out of it. The bottle itself has a little air space in it now. So I'm giving it a little time to open up. And I've just figured I'm going to resist the temptation to try it for a few more days. Try to make it to next week. Cross my fingers. I'm not going to guarantee it. I may sip it before then, but that's quite all right. Let's see who popped in. Oh, Dan OB, cheers, brother. Thanks for popping in. Richie, yeah, cheers. And like I said, remember, people, Whiskey Mountains is doing a special stream tonight, and we don't want to miss that. So we are definitely going to be going over there because it's important that we do support her in this cause that she is so passionate about. So that being said, everyone, great to see you. And I purposely had a pour for a couple of days in anticipation of hopefully picking up the bottle that I did get while I was there. And I didn't want to really have anything that might skew me. And I even was going to open that bottle prior to this to let it open up. But we're going to do this thing just straight up, off the cuff, crack, fresh pour, the whole 9 yards here today. We are not going to fool around. We're going to do this. Peter, cheers, man. Nice to see you. Thanks for popping in, man. So, but one thing I did find was kind of a, how do I say this? I wasn't looking, but it was there, and it was one of those purchases that I had picked up, and I was pleasantly surprised. And I am going to sip on it today. And there's no verdict out. I just haven't done a complete review on it, but I will give you guys a little bit of a heads up if you've not seen it. And I've showed this before. Limavady. This is a single malt Irish whiskey. And let me just get my eyes focused on it. It's 100% Irish barley. It's a small batch and triple distilled, finished in ex-bourbon barrels and PX sherry casks. I am right now very surprised at what a nice pour this is. It's 92 proof. And hey, right now it's not bad. As a matter of fact, I picked up a backup for this today while I was down there in Yuma. I could not resist because I think it's that good right now. And for the price of $30. You're not going to go wrong on a pour. It's a 700 ml bottle, but I'm still trying to work through some of this yet. I mean, honestly, it's good. Again, I shared this with some people this past, not this weekend, but weekend before with that Highland Park 15 because I just opened them and I wanted to get somebody else's opinion who aren't as versed as we are or have the palate that most of us do on here and get their opinions of it. They really thought that it was a great pour. So that being said, I may do another impromptu review, or I may just plain review this here tonight too, along with that. I don't know. It just depends on how the night goes and what's cooking. Hey, Mr. Whiskey Shits, cheers, brother. Nice to see you. Always glad to have you on here. Big Vic, cheers, man. We all can't forget about Adriana tonight in Whiskey Mountain Stream. 6 p.m. my time here in Vegas, 9 p.m. on the East Coast. So we'll be making sure that we don't impede on all that. That's for sure. Hey, Doug, nice to see you. Thanks for popping in, man. Cheers. Cheers. Always good to see you. So let me grab this bottle here. So this is the one I was telling you about, the Highland Park Cask Strength. Sorry, I forgot about the silver on here in the light. It glares a bit. This is release number 2. Come on, focus. There we go. Release number 2. Let me look in here. Let's see. It was matured predominantly in sherry seasoned European and American oak casks and a small quantity of ex-bourbon casks, hand selected. My gosh, the silver writing with this light is terrible. And yeah, I can't quite read it. And actually, it's smudged, but that was probably because of it riding in the car. It rubbed. So, but it's bottled at a combined cask strength to capture the essence and DNA of Highland Park and intensify each individual strand of flavor. Well, isn't that special? Non-chill filtered. Let me see. In pursuit, let's see. Yeah. in purest form with a distinctive natural haze. The whiskey's naturally deep golden color is driven entirely by our cask without additives. Okay. All right. Good. Good. That's what I want to know. I'm not going to read the tasting notes. I just looked down and saw that. I don't want to know. If it is the typical Highland Park, then I'm going to know exactly what that is. Eva Williams, what's cooking in the desert? Me at about 112 degrees Fahrenheit, 40 degrees Celsius. That's what's cooking here in my town. So let's pull this out here. Typical bottle from Highland Park. They have some pretty nice artwork on it. As a matter of fact, yep, extremely similar. I was like, wait a minute, it's similar, except this is glass and that's the porcelain one. We're gonna open this thing and we're gonna do it right. I may let it sit for a few minutes, but we're gonna open this. Set this down there. Let me just get the. Well, I didn't even have to do that because it's jarred around in the car the whole way here. Oh, ooh, smells delicious. So let's get a little glass of this and give it a pour. I don't know how many of you have tried this. Greg, have you tried the Highland Park Cask Strength yet? Hey, David Macy, cheers, man. I'm going to pour a little bit here. Enough to get a nice sip. And no, I'm not going to put water in it with this particular one. I'm not. I know some people are like, oh, yeah, you got to put some water in there. I'm not. I want to taste this thing for what it is and how it is inside there. Well, it does have a nice golden color, that's for sure. Nice golden color, just like it said. I can smell it. It smells very fruity, and I haven't even put it to my nose. I mean, I did nose the cork real quick, and that was just typical Highland Park, what I got on the 15. But we'll see if we get any legs off this thing. Up, yep. I can see them. They're coming down. Oh, it looked a little quick to me, maybe a little streaky, like it's not very viscous. But we will see. We will see. No humidity and not a cloud in the sky. We have clouds, but you know, it's nothing to be concerned with here. And like I said, it's well, now it went down to 39 degrees Celsius here, Peter, but I said what's 111, 112. When I left Yuma, it was right around 114, 115 Fahrenheit. Let's see, Greg. You have really like it trying to find batch 1 to yeah. So you're absolutely right. This is 2. And I would like to do that too. And they're around. They're a little scarce, but they are around. I would love to find that also, without a doubt. But on the nose on this, oh yeah. Definitely fruit like pear. A little bit of smoke. I swear I'm getting a little smoke on that. Like a saltwater toffee. So the sea spray, the sweetness of toffee on that. Malt, of course, that I always get that sweet bread, that smell out of it. Man, it smells good. What did I say this was 60? What did I say this was 60? 63.9. I was going to say 63.9 is the ABV on this. 63.9. So that's a nice little bump compared to your typical everyday Scotch. But the nose is fantastic. Well, for a second there, I thought I got a little butterscotch on that, but it was definitely buttery. That's why I was like, whoop. But definitely the fruits like the pears. I don't want to say maybe definitely honey. That sweet, sweet, sweet honey, real golden, kind of an amber smell. I know somewhere, but kind of an amber smell, malty. That's what I think of. Yes, it is. And you know, I'm a proofy bitch when it comes to stuff like this. I prefer that 46 ABV and north in a scotch. However, there's a few 43s that I'm like, damn, this is a fine sipper. Yeah, and it smells delicious. And yes, yes, some of you are seeing it right. That is a rock oyster blended scotch. Absolutely. Ah, well, you have the two is what you said. Let me go back. Yeah, you've had the two. You wanted to do a one for a comparison. Well, if you get it one before me and you do that, great. I'll wait and actually do the comparison with you on a stream and you can be in chat. So you can decide if that's what you would want to do. And that way we'll have two people deciding on is it one or is it two? But anyway, I'm gonna try this on the palate. Wow, that's pretty damn fantastic. First sip is just a sweet honey, um, toffee, viscous. Wow. Uh, I love the little bit of a spice you get on it because of the higher ABV, but that sweetness is like, wow, that is tremendous. Holy shit, that's good. So I guess you know that this is definitely one that's going to be on the bar, that's for sure. But holy smokes, is that really good? Perfect, Greg. Hey, top dog. Cheers, man. How's everything over there in your end of the world? Oh, saw you were at the Uncle Nearest. So I have a signed bottle by the master distiller. She was here back in, I'm going to say October, November. I chatted her up for a while, her and I, and talking about Nearest and exactly what his role was in creating the Lincoln County process. And I'm telling you what, uh, her and I, her and I talked quite a bit. I want to say quite a bit, probably a good 10 or 15, particularly about him. She is I can't remember if it was great great or great 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 granddaughter of him. So, as you know, he and Jack Daniels did a lot together, and particularly at that time, that was something unheard of. But anyway, that particular process wasn't done here in America. It came from overseas in Africa, to be exact, as talking to her. So I asked her if she had any documents or anything that would correlate and actually connect him to that. And she's like, absolutely, we do. And so it was just interesting talking to her and sipping on that. As a matter of fact, I have the regular Uncle Nearest here, and I also have the 100 proof. So to show you, I'm not kidding, but the sign bottle. And actually, this is a nice pour at 93 proof. This is a nice pour. I have the other one in my display case, so I am not tempted to try and and drink it. I'm going to buy another bottle to try that, but it's really good. Anyhow, sorry to go off on a tangent on that, but I saw your Instagram thing about it, and I'm like, oh yeah, I gotta make a quick comment on that. But anyway, let's get back to the Highland Park because This is really, really good. Let me get the second sip on there. Oh yeah. This Hey, it's funny you say that. Well, I've been actually talking about that, um, and forgot that you were right there until you just put that on there. Um, God, I cannot remember where exactly they live, but um, like I said, they were there. They've been there for a long time, and they just sold their house recently. But anyway, yeah, it's beautiful down there. Like I said, the Franklin Mall. Been to a couple of different places there around Nashville. They've taken me and so on and so forth. But yeah, I actually like it there. And I mean, yeah, you can get some bad weather, but the majority of the time, it's not completely horrible. But man, this second sip, that viscosity really does stick with you on this. Really does. It really coats the tongue and the mouth nice. I mean, it's a nice oily texture to it. Um, I'm so glad I didn't sip that Limavady prior, although it is a malt whiskey. So I figured if I was going to have anything, I want to uh, I wanted to have something very similar to what I was drinking. Oh, yeah, I think there's a Ross there and a few. I mean, they can look out of their apartment and see this Ross and something else. I'm trying to picture it in my head, and but it wasn't there when the apartment that they're living in was built. So, but anyhow, um, it is a great place. And like I said, from the last time I was literally there over almost 25 years ago, I know Franklin has changed. I know it has changed. But I rode his MG through town, and because he has a 58, 59 MG, my uncle does. And I was driving that through Franklin when I was down. He said, "Here, take it for a ride." He said, "Go to the movies." So I took, my wife and I had just got married. So this was 98, literally the last time I was in Franklin. So we drove around a little bit here and there, went and saw a movie, got something to eat, and of course back to their place. But anyway, yeah, I definitely will, and well, we will. I mean, because I want to do that bourbon trail. See how easy I see a shiny light and bright object, and it's like, uh, but let's get back to this. I'm telling you, this is really good. Now, the 15, the Viking Heart right here, similar as far as, of course, nosing and everything else. However, I love this higher proof shit. Oh my God. This Highland Park Cask Strength is really, really good. Hey, Cool Running. Cheers, man. You ought to be here with me. We're up at around 39 degrees Celsius right now. You're going to love this. And then here we are. Sugar Kitty. Cheers. Nice to see you. And just a reminder, as I said earlier in the stream, people, one, please make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. But also remember, Whiskey Mountains is doing a very, very special stream tonight. And we're going to make sure that we are all there when she starts. It's at 6 my time, 9 p.m. Eastern. If you guys aren't subscribed or don't know, just open up another page on your browser and YouTube, look for Whiskey Mountains, and you're going to get all the details you need over there. Oh my gosh, please do, Greg. Get it. Get it and join me. I'm just telling you, I'm going to have to refill this. This is really, really a good pour. I'm very happy with this bottle, and amazing. Amazing. Exactly. Thank you, Sugar Kitty. Thank you very much. I just was looking down. I was going to say, hey, pop Adriana's link in there. So this is the link. I'm pretty sure everybody that's on here knows what I'm talking about, but she is doing that Alzheimer's special. and she did it last year. She's redoing it again this year, and she raises money for research on there. And like I've said before, some of you know, maybe some of you don't know, people who go back and view this later, she actually does research to find a cure for that terrible disease. So it's something that's very near and dear to her. So please make sure that we all get over there to support her, say hi, and click that like button when we get over there. And if you guys haven't subscribed, go over there and subscribe to Whiskey Mountains. She is a great person, a great supporter of other Whiskey Tube channels, and just an all-out good lady. That is for sure. Mm-hmm. Oh, yes. Thank you. I forgot about that. Yeah, I knew she was having giveaways, but I didn't know if she completed the list yet. So the bottle giveaways, like I said, it's an epic stream. I watched it last year as much as I could, and I'm going to do it again this year. But after I shut my stream down, I have just a few errands to make, and then I'll be on her stream. But I'm just excited that she's doing it, and I'm going to be excited to sit and watch that for a while tonight and sip on some Highland Park. That's for sure. Mm. I'm telling you, this is amazing. And I know, but it's not. But I'm really getting a nice buttery and butterscotch with sweet honey and pear. And I don't find that higher proof at 63.9 ABV. Um, I'm just saying, this is really good. This is really good. The original goal was 5,000. We're at 7,725. Even before the stream starts, we raised 10 last year. We want to get even more than that. I agree with you. She's already there. There's no reason why we can't surpass that 10,000 this year, Sugar Kitty. No way. And, we could say this is the warm up before the main event, Whiskey Mountains tonight. I'm just excited. I mean, I'm just excited about it. I think it's wonderful. And I'm so glad that she has beat her goal already. So glad. Waiting for Greg to come back with his pour of Highland Park. We've all been there. We started out on one thing and then people start talking about something else. And it's like, oh, I got to go get that. This is just amazing. This is really good. It is still a great, great sipping Scotch right now. Honestly, it is. This Highland Park 12 or Highland Park 12 Cask Strength. This Highland Park Cask Strength. I'm going to have to do a little digging. Sugar Kitty, or do you know if, well, I think this is NAS on this bottle, but does anybody on here have any inkling about how old the juice is in the bottle? Because I'm going to tell you what, if you're asking me, I'm going to say it's at least 6 years, if not more. And I'm going to say pushing that 12-year mark, because I'm getting some young on what I call young note on the tongue. But oh my gosh, if you don't look for it, you don't find it. That's all. The man, the myth, the legend, live wire whiskey, Mr. Stahl. Cheers, man. How are you? Always good to see people like that here. But just like enjoying this pour. Oops, let me copy to my clipboard for a second. Let me close this out. Finish a little housekeeping that I did not do earlier, which I should have. But you know what, people? We will overcome. We all have these little whoopses. Let me put this down there, paste that. Let me do this. Let me go over here and do this. and pin it. There we go. All right. I just realized when Livewire popped on that, oh, I forgot to pin that up there. But anyway, this has been an amazing pour. Cask strength probably 10 to 12 years, a little bit younger than normal. Yes, I will give you that. I said 6, but I would push it more up to the 12. And like I said, I'm getting that younger note, Sugar Kitty, but you have to look for it. It's not something that it's just there, but it's way late on the finish. Way late on the finish when you get some of that on there. Really. This really is almost like a candy. I didn't want to come out and say that, but like a caramely toffee candy with some salt. Wow. Jack, cheers, man. Yep. Like I said, 6 would be my bottom choice on that. But I said if I didn't know, I would say it was closer to the 12 year on that. But I was like, it's non-age stated, so I can go 10 and be happy with that hypothesis. That's for sure. Fantastic pour. Fantastic pour. Jack, what are you pouring tonight? What do you got going on? Because I've seen some of the stuff that you were drinking this weekend, and I was kind of jealous because I had Smoke Wagon straight bourbon and with me, and I had a weeded from the Las Vegas distillery, but I didn't touch either one. So I keep a little something down there and at the parents' house. So when I'm there, if I don't actually bring a couple of bottles with me. But one of the places that I go that I call it my little haunt is 7 blocks away. So it's literally almost a U-turn from my parents' place down a U-turn to come right back to their house. So it's a nice little shop. Got to know the owners and stuff like that. Good people. And so when I go down there, I try to stop and see what's what. Ooh, this is good. Really good. And yes, I did. I have I can't quite bend. Here it is. I finally got my couple of bottles of the red, white, and blue Smoke Wagon. I got them before the holiday, but I'm good with that. Do I have it here? Yep. Still have one of, well, actually, I got more than one of last year's red, white, and blue Smoke Wagon. I've got people that asked for them, and I said, hey, yeah, I'm willing to trade for something. I don't have a problem with it. I'm not married to them. I've got what I need up there in the releases like that. Because the juice isn't special. It's just the bottle. So that's fine with me. Which one? You don't have any of them, Jack? Oh, that's all right. I'm not hungry, Mike. We'll wait here. Let us know. That's for sure. We'll wait here, Mike. Don't you worry. Without a doubt. Oh my gosh, that's good. Yep, I am definitely not a disappointed purchase. I mean, straight out first pour Highland Park Cask Strength at 63.9 ABV is a hitter without a doubt. Man, that's good. Hey, Brian, cheers, man. Nice to see you. Really like that You and that shirt that you had gotten here over the weekend. I've got that same one myself. I always say that that's a collector's item right there. No smoke wagon at all. It's not in our distribution. Really? Well, yeah. Well, don't worry about that because it's in your distribution. Trust me. Yep. Whoops. How'd that go? Oh, I know how that got on there. Let me move that over. Okay. Anyway, so yeah, this is a wonderful pour. All right, let me just look at that side of the box here and see what it says. Tasting notes. Complex light smoke, which I did get. Aromas of summer rose, ripe pear, got that. Wait a minute. Ripe pear and fresh coconut gathering on a wave of aromatic pear with a hint of cedarwood in the background. A sweet and spicy harmony of flavors follows. Poached pear, rich almond cake, a drizzle of cloudy honey, and a twist of salty licorice. Okay, the toffee, the saltwater toffee, yep, I can see that. The honey, yep. The pear, I got that. The the almond cake, no, but I can actually go with that. The licorice, I'm gonna have to have a few more sips on it to know if it's really if I'm getting any licorice. Yeah, for sure. Let me just see. Magnificent set of looking bottles behind you. That white glass Highland Park, the patriotic, and some strange Scotch in between. Yeah, that one right there, Sugar Key. Oh, that's right. You can't see that. That one right there. Yeah, that's strange. You don't see that rock oyster floating around there, but hand delivery is just people are in Vegas all the time and they hand deliver me this stuff. What can I say? I'm pretty happy with it. But let me look back at this tasting notes here. Okay, licorice, the suggestion of toasted oak. Intriguing notes of orchard fruit, black pepper, sweet anise linger in a satisfyingly long finish. I will give you the satisfying long finish. No, because that's not what it is. That's not. That one is the smoke wagon. That's the smoke wagon on there. Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Oh, yes, sir. Anyway, sorry. Getting texts and I could see on my emails, people are sending me things about Highland Park and so on and so forth. But that's really good. No, I haven't, Sugar Kitty. Yeah, this one here. Yeah, it's really good. Yeah, I got a hand delivery of a sample and it floored the shit out of me that I had to go and get a bottle for myself because the taste was exceptional and the experience in broadening my palate with that was amazing because there was a note in there that I could never understand. And it was the term, I think Sugar Kitty used, clean peat. Was it, Sugar Kitty? Clean peat? It wasn't that cigarette ash, real medicinal type of peat. And I've heard him say that before, but I never could quite understand what it was. So until you experience it and then someone makes the connection for you, it was like, oh my gosh. And that was a scotch that was truly amazing, particularly on the nose. Because when I first nosed that, I would have never picked it as a scotch when I first nosed that. I would not have. And when I did it in a blind, I just wouldn't have. It wasn't until after I took a sip of that Kilchoman Machir Bay that, boom, everything clicked. The dots connected in my brain as to there's the malt, there's some smoke, there is the sweetness, there's the saltiness, there's this or that. It just had such a clean sense to it. And I didn't know. I was like, oh my gosh. But it's amazing. It is an amazing bottle. And oh, I am so glad to have that. So glad to have that. I mean, it was really, really really a good bottle. Really a good bottle. And I agree with you. I agree with you, Sugar Kitty, without a doubt. As a matter of fact, I recommended that bottle last weekend. Some people I was sharing the Highland Park 15, my Limavady Irish, and a few others for the 4th of July holiday. And I said, if you want to really get into peating something soft, that Kilchoman was good. So is that 15-year-old Highland Park. And so is this Cask Strength Highland Park. I mean, I'm getting some smoke on the finish, but it's really, really good. Yes, you should, Jack. Yes, you should. See, I haven't seen that yet, but I'm going to have to look, particularly because now that it's on my radar, yeah, it's going to definitely be one that is worth having. Definitely worth having. Mm. Wow, that is a good pour. I'm very, very happy with that purchase. Extremely happy with that purchase. Let me move this up here. I mean, whoops, there it is. The drumstick I got from Cheech. I was like, what is that? Why can't I set stuff up there? I didn't realize that thing moved. I'm going to set that right there. Stay. I mean, I want to pour the 15, but the proof difference, it's just not going to work, in my opinion. Wow, that's good. Highland Park, even the regular 12, is starting to come up in quality. They've been slipping for a while. Okay, well, I'm kind of new to it, but I have heard that listening to other people, but so far I'm impressed with what they're doing right now. Yes. I'm familiar with the 18 because it might have been you that had told me about that, Sugar Kitty. I'm just trying to think. It could have been Greg talked about it. But anyway, I would say it's probably you or him because you guys, I converse a lot too about Scotch and things of that nature. But holy smokes, I'm happy with this. Happy, happy, happy. Well, I wouldn't turn it down. That's for sure. Because if, like, I don't have the 12, and the 12 is about 55, 60 bucks here, I think, is what I'm seeing the 12 at, if I'm trying to remember correctly. I may have to add that. I just may. Okay, I'll give you that. And I was going to mention Ken. I said, it might have been Ken. And but I was reading the stuff on there, but that's right. Could have been when we were on Scotch Down Under and talking in general about that. And I think that's where I did hear it. I do. I will give you that. Good. Good, good, good. You did buy the 12 recently and liked it. Yeah, my wife keeps looking at. She says, you want to get the 12? You want to get the 12? I may have her pick that up. She's hunting for me. So I will see. She texts me, or she'll FaceTime me and say, hey, what about this? What about this? What about that? They got this, they got that, they got this, they got that. I mean, if it's something I can't get here, oh yeah, buy it, buy it, buy it. So she's on an excursion, and so I'm like, hey, you want to go hunting for me? You go right ahead. Last year she hand delivered me, I'm gonna say 10 bottles, 11 bottles. Yeah, that I just can't find. And she was just out and about. And hey, I'm not gonna argue. That's for sure. You know, I don't know about the anise, but I'm still on the first pour, and I'm gonna have a little more, but get that down to the shoulder and then give it a little bit of time to open up and go back to it and see how that is. But truthfully, this is amazing, amazing, amazing. That's for sure. Amazing pour on this. Ah, yeah, that would be a delicious pour, because uh, like I said before, and I'll say it again, and I've got the T-shirt from Whiskey Encore. I'm a proofy bitch, and when you get up there north of that C note in alcohol content, it's like, oh my gosh. I'm going to tell you what, I think they hit the mark on this Highland Park, because I really don't get the proofiness on the nose at all. I don't get the proofiness on the nose on this thing. I don't. I think it's really good. And I'm kind of surprised I don't really get a lot of that alcohol on the nose, which I am totally good with. And if I actually probably on thinking about it, and even though I said I wouldn't, if I had some of my distilled water here, I'd probably add a drop or two to the second glass, just because. Well, looky here. Prescription Bourbon, cheers, man. Nice to see you. Thanks for popping in. And do not forget about Adriana's stream, Whiskey Mountains, 6 p.m. my time, 9 p.m. Eastern. Sugar Kitty had posted some of the links and information in there. I popped them up on the screen, but we don't want to miss that. Be a really, really great time. Really great time. But oh my God, this is a wonderful pour. Wonderful pour. Sorry, some of you don't have this, but Sugar Kitty knows, Greg knows. This Highland Park Cask Strength. Oh, and you know what? Now that I kind of think about it, That might be the anise I'm getting a little bit on the back, but the smoke is what's coming. So I like that. Absolutely. I would have to agree with you, Greg. But what do I know? You know, as far as I know, north of Sugar Kitty could be New York. That's all I'm going to say. Hmm. Wow. See, the moose is loose. And you probably never ever will see that. Let me get it a little closer. Sugar Kitty would have to tell you about this. Last time that Sugar Kitty was in Vegas, he hand delivered this. So it was really nice of him. But he had put this to me in a blind. And I'm like, oh my God, this is really good. And it was 46.8 ABV. And I was surprised that it was a blended scotch at that. And I'm like, holy shit. It is wonderful. So I had him, when he came out, procure me this. So there we go. And I haven't cracked it only because I had some samples. And wow, it was really good. Aha, see, clarification. Hey, cheers, Bourbon. Sorry about cutting out on your stream with Bonnie the other day. It's just that going through that pass, the signal just went. And so I was in the middle of nowhere just by the proving grounds in Yuma, and the signal popped out. So I do apologize. I couldn't get it back. And so I was like, oh, well, he understands. That's what happens when you're driving and listening to YouTube. That's for sure. That is for sure. But oh my goodness. Let's see what else we got here. Today it's called Rock Island, no longer sold under that label. Yes. So you will not get that exact juice. That's for sure. That is for sure. But I'm so happy with this Highland Park. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. He likes his scotch. I mean, he likes bourbon, but he has a nice little scotch collection, Greg. Next time he's on, sometimes he'll pop on here, but Sundays he generally doesn't. But he might be in chat for Adriana's stream, might. But when he has to be at work at the butt crack of dawn on Monday, he tries not to do too much streaming. Huh. Oh, believe me, if you'd have seen what I was traveling on and nothing but cactus and Joshua trees and sand, yeah, you'd understand. But when you get by that proving ground and stuff like that, I wouldn't be surprised they jam signals. Just saying. I don't know. You're never late, Marty. Never late. You're here. That's all that counts, man. That's all that counts. Hmm. Yeah, I'm going to have to give you that. I think the anise is coming out now that's in my head, and that might be what I'm getting. But if anyone's on the fence about this Highland Park Cask Strength, it's 63.9 ABV. Don't be. I really, on the first pour, first sip, I was amazed. Thought it was great, and definitely, definitely worth the pickup. Definitely worth the pickup. Um, it wasn't what I was expecting when I poured it, and I'm so glad I never read anything about it. I've only heard thing about it, and I am so glad that I didn't delve into it like I generally do to look at reviews and different things on it. I am so glad. And holy smokes, look at this. When you mentioned the moose, look at this. When you mentioned the moose, and I said it twice, boom, there he is. That's all I can say. Bam. The moose is loose. And then the man, the myth, the legend, Commandant Lou. I did go past the Marine Corps Air Station, Commandant Lou. We went to a restaurant. I took my parents. We went Saturday and went right by it, blew the horn and waved and said Semper Fi and kept going. Oh, Marty, I'm telling you what. I'm just finishing up the first glass. Damn, it's not disappointing. Not disappointing. Oh, good for you, man. Wonderful. Wonderful. Oh, story time is here. Hey, I was talking about story time at a store that I frequent in Yuma when I'm going down to visit my parents, and I showed him your website, and the guy's like, "Wow, that's interesting." I said, "Yes, it is." And I says, you too can be part of this. I said, read up on it if you want to be one of the members on there and have access to some of this juice, because I told him about the sexual chocolate, told him about Christmas, and told him about the port night, told him about the twins, and blah, 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 blah. And I said, I'm going to tell you what, they've been some really, really good stuff. And speaking of story time, when it's like saying Beetlejuice, it's either the Moose, Story Time, or Live Wire. Hold on. Bam. What's up, brother?
Nothing, man. I just want to pop on and say hi.
I'm so glad you did. But yeah, I was talking story time up today.
Oh, don't talk that crap.
I know, but I was telling the guy how it works and everything. And he owns the store down there, and he says, "Really?" They had to go, "Yeah, you can be a member." And I said, I gave him the website. He was looking at it, and I'm like I said, I was told him about this, that, and he goes, "Really?" I go, "There's some really damn good hitters." I said that he has come out with, and I said, everybody is normal people like us who have a passion for whiskey, and they just get together and they do different picks and they taste different barrels and make that pick, and then they bottle it and give it a funky name, and out it comes, and boom. I said, but it's not like I told him, I said, it's not like it's one person. It's a group of people like us. I told him, I go, that just have an affinity for good whiskey. And I said, I actually told him about you. I said, he's a really good guy. I says, and he just had an idea. Me. He just had an idea and he just ran with it, like a dog with a fresh bone, and boom. I said, story time.
Sure.
And then I explained to him what story time meant. And he goes, he thought for a second. He said, that's true. I go, exactly. I said, it is true. We all laughed because it is true.
Yeah. Well, you talk about hitters, and these guys started talking about that Highland Park Cask Strength. Holy moly!
Oh, I
Those,
know.
if you can find those single barrels, they're a little expensive, but dang, they're good.
Well, let me tell you what. Uh, I'm floored at how good this is on the first pour, the first sip. It just wasn't what I was expecting. And the sweetness, since I even said Christmas, when I first took it, that viscosity reminded me in the sweetness of chocolate. I didn't get any chocolate on this, but that creaminess, that viscosity that Christmas had,
Yeah.
it made me look down at the glass for just a second. I knew it wasn't, but that's one of the things that came to my head. That's how damn good I thought Christmas was. And then when I sipped this, I was like,
wow,
damn it.
Yeah, some good stuff for sure.
Yeah. No, we don't have standards. You should know that by now.
Craig
I mean, come
McDonald,
on.
you could
I mean, you
suck
gotta understand. I've had Marty on here, not only Shane, I've had Livewire on here.
it.
Come on.
Hey,
Really?
Marty'd be good. I haven't
I
seen
say
him.
Mike Stahl, and look what happens.
Hey, yeah, you know what, Mike Stahl, you're handsome as hell.
Hey, when he does his hair, I'm telling you what.
Oh, mine's doing some good stuff today. Check this out. Like I can get some.
Dude. Was it breezy where you are?
No, it's just rainy and humid, and so it's a mess.
Dude, it was freaking humid in Yuma.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man. So what else you got in your lineup tonight? I don't have anything up here. I'm going to be watching the Alzheimer's stream out in the bar.
That's exactly what I've been talking about since I started the stream. That was one of the first things I led off with, and then in the middle, then Sugar Kitty posted some links, and then the link for the bottle lineup, and so on and so forth that she's going to have. And what a great cause this is, and it's something that's near and dear to her, and of course all of us. And what a great supporter of our community she is, Adriana is, and that we need to go over there and support her. And right now, her goal was $5,000, and I think she's at $77.50. Sugar Kitty had it posted, and she hasn't even started the stream. So last year, I think it was 10,000 that they'd done. So I don't think we're going to have any problem in beating that this year at all. At all. The bottle lineup is as great as it was last year. She's got some great stuff going on there. And I'm just so excited that I know her, and of course her husband, and oh my God, and I talk about her husband, and there, boom, the man, the myth, the legend himself is there. But it's going to be such a great stream. It is. Yeah. It is absolutely going to be a great stream. And I'm so glad that she does it. Here you go. Yeah, 7,750. Yep. Yeah. They were. Yeah, I know. I'm going to pop this in here. Yeah, it's right around there. I know it's over 7,000, and her goal originally was 5. Last year she did 10. I think it was 10 and change. And then this year, I don't think she's going to have any problem beating that total from last year, without a doubt. Without a doubt. I'm just telling you. So cheers to Nick. So glad that he even took time to pop in. I know that they're busy getting ready, so it's really nice to be here. And we have 27 more minutes until Whiskey Mountains.
Wow.
So you guys definitely don't want to miss that. So we'll break here in about 15 to give everybody a chance to get a bio and do what they're going to do, and go from there. And when we stop streaming, Shane, if you're still here, hold on for a second once I close it out.
Okay.
But because I wanted to ask you something.
Yeah, no worries.
This was something else that I picked up down there, and I told them about.
Oh.
It's an Irish single malt. I'm going to tell you what, if you find this in your area, don't bother to hesitate.
Okay.
That's what I'm going to tell you.
That was starting off weird. I was like, oh, okay, I guess I won't buy it.
Yeah. Don't bother. Yeah, good. Everyone else thought what Shane said, oh, yeah, I'm not going to buy it. Do not buy it. But it goes anywhere from between $30 and $50. It just depends on where you are. I picked this up for $30.
Nice.
Other places here in Vegas, it's 55, and I'm like, yeah, I'm not buying that because I'm in Yuma a few times a year. So yeah, no, nope,
Wow.
nope, nope. So that was good, but I actually poured it, haven't touched it because I figured, well, I'm gonna have something before I do this, so let me stick with a malt, something kind of a malt whiskey or so on and so forth, because I don't want to ruin my palate. Share the bottle again for you, Jack. I shall. And I actually picked up another one today
Single
because
malt.
I
Nice.
liked it, and it is extremely crushable. Extremely crushable. I'll read it one more time on there. It's a single barrel Irish whiskey. It's a single malt whiskey. Irish barley, small batch, triple distilled, ex bourbon barrels, and PX sherry casks. 92 proof. So not bad on the proof, and it really is an excellent sipper. It's a 700 ml bottle, so it's one of the newer bottles coming out because I think they're all going to 700 mils over there in Europe. But it's also a glass stopper, which can be a little bit of a pain in the ass to get off, but you're going to do it because you want what's in this bottle. But, yeah. But I mean, it has a great seal on it. There's a little, let's see if it focuses. Yep, it did. It focused in. It has a nice little stopper, and it's all glass. Like I said, I'm picking it up for $30. It's one of those pours that I think is really good for the money.
Hey, we got anybody backstage?
Yeah, we do. I'm gonna pop him on here in a minute.
Okay.
Because this is the top dog of Franklin.
The top dog.
Cheers, guys.
How are you?
I don't have anything to cheers with.
Excellent.
What the hell?
Can you guys hear me fine?
Yeah.
I hear you.
Can you guys hear me?
Yep.
Yes. Awesome.
Well,
I
what's going
decided to
on
check
in your
in once
end of
I
the
seen
world?
Shane here.
What's that?
I decided to check in when I seen Shane here.
Oh man,
Oh.
I like that. Thank you, sir.
Oh,
I
hey,
can
Shane.
cheers. I got some samples here. Let's see.
I'm on the old original pick.
Oh,
Nothing
look
to
at
it.
that.
Oh
Just a
wow.
cheaper one. Just a generic one.
Is that a 100 proofer or is it barrel strength?
No, this is the 100 proof one, I believe.
Dude,
Yeah,
those 100
100.
proofers are fantastic.
I agree.
They're like
One
what,
of my
$25
go-tos.
or something like that?
What's that?
Was it like $25?
I think so, yeah.
It's dude, you cannot beat that freaking bottle. You cannot beat it.
No. It's just like
So
it's one
good.
of those ones that people look at and go, Jepson's. Yep. You don't touch it.
Yep. Well, even at 100 proof, you think, oh, but no, man, their 100 proofs are spot on.
I agree with that. Somebody got me hooked on these, and I like them ever since.
It's great because most people just walk by them because they're like, oh, that's in Lord. I ain't buying that.
Exactly.
And you're like, thank you very much.
I agree with
Thank
that.
you very much. May I have another?
Mm-hmm.
Without a doubt.
And when I age it in my barrel with something, it always comes out awesome in the mini barrels.
Mm.
Ooh, so this is a Sagamore Spirit Rye, 7.5 year MGP, 110 proof.
Have you guys heard of this?
Hold on. Let me.
Henny's proof. No.
No. What is that? Like 90 proofer? Is that what it says on
That's
there?
83, right?
What it is Sagamore offer these bottles for a penny, and they have all 4 stages of them aging, and they do it once a year. And I won this bottle in a raffle, actually from one of the owners of Sagamore sent me this, which was awesome. I was hoping to get a higher proof, but I just didn't crack it yet.
Oh, wow.
He puts 4 bottles in a little pack, and like you said, it's penny proof. So I'm not sure if he's selling it for 4 to 5 cents at the distillery.
Wow, that's great.
Well, those are little finds. Like I said, when you were at that Uncle Nearest, and I saw you post that, that was the second time I've seen pictures of it. And you're right. They're expanding. They're building that out.
Next week, they're having the Guinness Book of World Records go there. They're going to have the largest bar in America.
No
That's
kidding.
their
really?
goal. They're opening up in a fancy restaurant with the longest bar.
No
Wow.
kidding.
And at the end of the bar, there's going to be a stage, and it can either go outside or it could go inside with garage doors, so they can play to an indoor crowd or an outdoor crowd. But that distillery is on 469 acres. An old, what is it, the trotting horses that they had? It was the largest trotting horses barn in the United States, and they
Wow.
bought that barn, and that's what they made their gift shop, a barbecue restaurant, and then they added on for that new restaurant. But the property is amazing. Their rick houses are horse barns, and they're only doing 3 barrels tall.
Wow.
Really?
Yeah.
They're not building
Cool.
any other different rick houses, are they?
They are, but it's going to be so far off the property you won't see it, because they plan on putting in mini golf and stuff like this. They plan on making it Malt Disney as their tourist attraction. What they want
Malt
to do.
Disney.
Malt Disney.
Well, isn't that what the Kentucky Owl Park's supposed to be? Because that Kentucky Owl was doing a big theme park.
But this property is big enough. As far as you can see, it's just all horses all around, and all the competition horses that passed away are buried in the front yard, and they're still there. So they didn't
No shit.
they didn't wreck the property at all. They kept everything there to, like I said, with all the history there.
Mm.
And it's only, I think they said it's 12 miles from Jack Daniels, but it's only 40 miles from my house. And for, yesterday afternoon, it was a great experience to go there.
It is. Like I said, I enjoyed talking to, is it Victoria, the master distiller?
Oh, yes, I believe it is.
Veronica Victoria. Anyway, I had her sign a bottle. Like I told you, was telling you earlier in chat when you were there. She's just such a nice lady. Truthfully, a really nice lady, and I enjoyed my conversation with her. So we talked for a good 10, 15 minutes, give or take. But she was such a nice lady. Very knowledgeable, which, you would think she would be. So hold on. I don't know if this will come out or if you can see it.
Oh, yeah.
Yep,
But
that's
that's
awesome.
That's her and I at the signing at one of my local haunts that Whiskey Shits knows, Adam knows, Nick knows. But hold on. Let me get the other one. Oops. Boom. Let's see, did it go on there? Uncle Nearest?
Yep, that's perfect.
Yep. And so I had her sign a bottle, but before I knew I was going to see her, I started researching that brand and that bottle, and then Uncle Nearest and what his relationship was with Jack Daniels and how it went. And I just got engrossed in it. So then when I found out she was going to be there, well, that's 10 blocks from my house. I can stumble back, So I drove right over there, and, I couldn't wait. And they had my bottles there, so I didn't have to fool with it. And I just grabbed my bottles and then had her sign the one. I should have gotten another one, but I tried them all while I was there. I liked them all, but I had her sign the 100 proof one, and I've got that in there. And along with my.
It was funny. A couple months ago, I went to Jack Daniels when they were just starting to change over and tell the truth about it. Where it was during, I don't know what it was, but they started telling us about Uncle Nearest and the pictures and all that. And finally, I went to Uncle Nearest, and they just added on to the Jack Daniels story. And how many descendants of Jack Daniels they got working at Uncle Nearest, but they can't get the Uncle Nearest descendants to lead Jack Daniels.
And I was just going to say, I think it's like that. It's vice versa. But there is such a relationship between there still to this day. Still to this day. And, think about that time when Uncle Nearest and Jack Daniels were, let's just say, collaborating on bourbon. That was unheard of. Unheard of. So that's what got me very, very interested in the brand. And then I tried it, and I think it's good.
Oh, it's real good.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
the
I think
difference,
it's good.
the difference
And
they do it is they filter theirs 3 times. They go through the maple charcoal,
yep.
then they go through something, then they add DE to it, to the barrels to filter it, which is me and Renee when we got out of there, she goes, that's the same sand we put in our pool filter that they filter on the last stage, which we found was unique.
Exactly.
And I asked about
she was such an amazing person.
Oh, they're very open on that distillery. Any question you ask about women distilleries, her connection to Motown, and how she's going to bring in a lot of singers because who she's related to. And one of the other partners is actually, I want to say he's the vice president or president of Sony. And they said he tried to resign, and they said no, you can work from wherever you want in your job. So his office is on property there in a little white house in the beginning, and that's where her office is. And she still responds to every Facebook, Twitter. That's her that responds to everything. She has no PR person.
Wow.
Oh yeah. Yep. They're just that personable, and that's what I got from my interaction with them. And I hung out with them for about an hour, and I personally talked to her for a good 10 minutes or more. And very, very nice people who just want to put out a good product at a good price.
Yeah.
That everyone can enjoy and be proud to share it.
Yeah. The only bottle I couldn't get there was the 1920. But I got their single barrel, their 56, and their, I forget which the other one I got. But
You mean the 1820? The 1820?
Yeah, the 1820, yeah.
Yeah, that was hard. So I've tried that. I didn't like that one near as much as I liked 1856.
Right.
I don't know why. I mean, everyone was like, oh, the 1820, that's the one you want. And I tried it. I'm like,
right.
I think 1856 is better.
And it's, again, it's your preference. At first, I wasn't fond of it. And then I did the 1884, and I'm like, oh, that's okay. And then, of course, the other one's
there you go.
Hold on. What is that? Put that
the Master's Blend, which is distillery only.
Oh, yeah. I heard about that. Okay.
So like they said, that's their gimmick to get you to go to the distillery.
Of course.
Every 3 weeks, they put out a different one.
But, if you know somebody that's, 20 minutes away, it's not a problem.
No.
AKA, I know some.
Yeah.
I took side streets. Plus, you pass a homemade creamery, so you got to stop for ice cream along the way.
You mentioned creamery, and my wife's went to Penn State, and so when we were dating, she drugged me up there, and they have a place called the Creamery. Some of the best damn ice cream going. I'm telling you, up there. Well, Shane would know. He was there. He knows the Creamery.
Penn State. Yep.
Yeah.
Coming from New England, and I know somebody that was in the ice cream business for 10 years, and all the ice cream that I used to have in my house. We used to have a minimum of 28 flavors of ice cream in our house at all times.
Good God.
Because Renee used to get it for free. And the neighbors used to think, oh, we can't take your ice cream. We're like, take it for free, whatever you want. We had a whole freezer loaded with ice cream.
Hey, wow. Shane?
Yeah.
Shane?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
If it's, God dang it.
Hey, thanks, Dan. I knew that would work.
Hey, sorry for stepping on you. I forgot that you go on Sundays at 4. So.
Oh no, I almost wasn't going to go on because I didn't know if I was going to get back from Yuma in time because I haven't been streaming the last 2 weeks, and I quickly looked and I didn't see anybody on my YouTube feed, and I thought, well, I'll do something before Adriana to get everyone set up and go. And we got 10 minutes. So, but yeah, we got to make sure we get people over there. But what's up, brother? Nice to see you.
Not a whole lot. Just I decided that today was the time or whatever. I said something a few weeks ago, but I mean over the last couple weeks on some live wire and some VIX and stuff like that. But that I was going to go ahead and go on before Adriana and do it's like a pregame because I haven't done it in done anything myself in such a long time. But I had like 10, so probably around 15 people at the most at different points in time. But like I said, it was one of those things where.
Well, mine was impromptu, and it was just something to do. And I'm like, okay. And I had this Highland Park, and I thought,
I had one stream on the cell phone and one on the iPad. I was going back and forth until I went into the shower.
Yeah, so Top Dog was over on my channel too, along with Sugar Kitty and a lot of the people that are in your chat. Going back and forth.
I do that too. I was on with Whiskey Wars one time and Bourbon, and just back and forth, and so it's always a good time.
So heads up, just so you know, the latest on Adriana is before the stream even started. $8,160.
That's awesome.
Oh, she's up to 8,100. Perfect.
Yeah. So last year it was 10,500 was where it hit. It's already almost it's close to 10,000 before we even start her stream. So my hope is that we kill the 10,500 from last year.
Which for sure I think you will.
Schlong, I already looked in the private chat and yeah, okay. I'm not going to be rude because it's Anthony's stream, not yours.
No,
but
go ahead and run it for a second. I'll be right back. I'm going to grab something.
So he is. Well, Top Dog can see the chat too. Well, it depends on which one he's watching on his phone.
Right.
But, yeah. So, I checked the private chat, Schlong, and I just don't understand the hate. I just haven't figured it out yet. But
you know where it comes from.
Nobody should hate anybody.
He doesn't. He just it's something that it's some shit. It's some stuff that happened. Okay, it's not even something that happened. It's something that started on Ken's freaking channel, Scotch Down Under, where one day Shane decided to basically say that he was leaving the stream because I came on, and then he left the stream, and then freaking ever since then it's been this back and forth of if Stanley comes on here, I'm freaking leaving.
Well, I'm going to leave because Shane's on.
Yeah, there you go. I wouldn't blame you.
No, I love Shane. Freaking, I can call him brother. So.
Oh, absolutely.
But hey, so Shane says I haven't talked to you in a while, and I've been kind of like off the radar for a little bit. What's the next Storytime pick coming out?
Oh man. I think Starward, our single malt from Starward, should be the next one up. If not, I've got another Jepson's 2-pack that I'm working on, possibly, but they'll be finished. It'll be a port finish and a cognac finish.
Will it be in the same price range as the twins?
It'll be a little bit more. Their prices have gone up, but it won't be much more. It'll be like, I think, $10 or $15 a bottle more.
Well, I mean, with the last, it was $105 for 2 bottles last time. So
yeah, it'll probably be like $125-ish, $130-ish, probably. I don't have final pricing yet, so I don't know.
And we can blame Renee on that for supply chain issues.
That's right. Well, it's just the market in general is just, everything's going up, and these distilleries are becoming wise to the secondary, which they have been anyway, but they're wise to the secondary, and so they're like, hey, people are willing to pay more, so they're starting to drive prices up pretty steadily. So be prepared over the next 3 months to 6 months. You're gonna continue to see these massive inclines in price. Stuff that you were paying $60 for, all of a sudden you're gonna be paying $70.
Well, yeah, look at the Russell's 13. It went up drastically in price just for MSRP from what the first batch was.
Yeah.
the Russell's 13 became $120 bottle, almost over. Like it just like everybody's expecting it to be in that same $80 range that the first one was, maybe 100 at the max, and now they're saying it could be upwards of 115 to 120 for the bottle.
Well, I tell you, if I'd have picked Old Dragon Bones today versus when I got it, that bottle would have been about another $40 for that bottle. And that would have still been in line with what's coming out right now in the 16, 17-year-old stuff, which is crazy. It's bizarre. And, I'm doing everything I can. Like, again, a lot of people they maybe not a whole lot of people understand what the real passion behind story time is for me, but it really is to kind of get this affordable, like cost conscious, but fantastic bourbon or rye. And that's really what I try to aim for, is like very unique stuff. And again, it's not just me, it's Chris is that's his same passion too. We're trying to find these, hitter bottles that are just unbelievably priced. So people, can really get a good bottle for value, but
can everybody hear me now? Or
all that stuff's going up. Yeah, Anthony, we can hear you.
So real quick, Shane, so I take it that Barrel King is not on your radar right now then?
They are, but again, they're expensive.
Yeah, I just know that. I mean, all of a sudden, I never even heard of Barrel King. All of a sudden, 3 weeks ago, somebody comes out with a Barrel King pick, and now everybody's doing a Barrel King pick.
Yeah, and it's again, they're not distilling anything. They're just going out and hunting barrels and then letting people come pick, which is fine. I'm all for it, but it's just really expensive when you do that. Because every person along the way has to collect a little money off the top.
So, I mean, it just looks like it's certain distilleries are going to be the only ones that you can almost go to for picks now, where it's going to be reasonably priced, like say a Driftless Glen or a Woodinville or even ASW. I mean, $90 for an ASW pick which is what the last few picks that have come out have been in that $90 to $100 range, is still affordable compared to some of the stuff like the Starlights. All of a sudden are now gradually moving up. I mean, it's just kind of crazy how these smaller distilleries, craft distilleries, now their bottles are blowing up. Redline.
Well, you look at Starlight. I honestly am not a huge fan of that distillery because of the price they charge for a 4.5-year-old bourbon. It's like, it's $70 to $80. What's that?
Yeah, redonkulous.
It's good.
Nashville Barrel Company also.
Oh, well, Nashville. So Nashville Barrel, to me, they're like a 4-gate or somebody like that. They get very special barrels. They know what they have, and they get like honey. They know they've got honey barrels. But yeah, they charge a premium for it.
Yes.
Well, because there's really good bourbon, like Still Austin, Cask Strength. It's a 4.5 year bourbon that's freaking amazing. For $45, $50 max.
It's freaking delicious.
Well, some of us can't get to the Uncle Nearest distillery because we don't live there, so we can't get.
Yeah, but you can always get a hand delivery.
Well, think about this. Put this in perspective. So Eagle Rare, right? Everyone knows about Eagle Rare, whatever, tater bottle. Retail is supposed to be around $25 to $29, depending on what state you're in, but that's about where it's at. That's a 10-year-old Buffalo Trace bourbon, right? Like or Sazerac bourbon.
Yep,
$30, and it's still that. I still can find it at that price when I find it.
I wish I could.
And then you find these other companies putting 4-year stuff out that you never even heard of that's $60, $70, and you're like, come on.
But
no, you're right, Shane. I agree with you.
But to your point, they're also paying as much for the glass.
Yeah.
Oh, yep, absolutely. I mean, there's a benefit to being as big as Sazerac and doing what they do. But my goodness, I mean, is there twice the price difference?
Well, look at Balcones' prices have gradually moved up to where that ZZ Top last year was $48. Now it's almost $70, and basically they're Russell's pick bottles. I mean, that's what they look. They're almost identical, but a lot of Balcones stuff has gone up. But like Texas whiskey is the only like 4-year whiskey. Some of them like Iron Root that I would pay $70 for, because that 4.5, 5 years is still a fucking great bourbon at $70.
Yeah.
The same.
Well, you
the
look at the Driftless Glen Rye we did, right? That was only 72 bottles in that. That freaking bottle, what was it, $60 some, I think is what it cost. 60.
Yeah.
That is a unique bottle. Like, that's one of those sleeper bottles that's probably really, if you put it out there in the market and compare to apples, it's swinging in the $100+ range. But it's still at 4 or whatever it was, 5 years or whatever the age on that was, at that price is still on the high side for me. But anyway.
All right. Well, I'm going to go ahead and I wanted to come on.
She's on.
She's on. So
Yep.
Go to Adriana's Alzheimer's stream, donate, win some bottles. It's a great cause.
Hey, by the way, Shane,
Good talking to you guys.
love you, buddy.
And when you pop over there, tell them Bourbon Neophyte sent you, and have a great night, everybody. I really appreciate y'all, everybody who popping in and chat here on the panel. Really great. I will talk to you all again next week.
Thanks.
Cheers, everyone.
See you in the next one.
Cheers.